So what I want to do here is I want to find the equation of a line from 2 points. So I've got these 2 points. Now if you can just imagine these 2 points, 6, 4 is about like this. It's over 6 and up 4. Negative 9, 9. Didn't really make a dot there, huh? Negative 9, 9 is back 9 and up 9. So if you just think about these 2 points for a second, we can kind of see that we're going to have a negative slope and we're going to have a y-intercept somewhere in there. Now, if we're trying to find the equation of a line, I'm going to go immediately to y equals mx plus b. Right? So if I want to find an equation of a line, really all I need to find is I need to figure out what the slope is, and I need to figure out what that y-intercept is. Now, just by applying these points, I have a pretty good guess that our y-intercept should be a positive number, and our slope should be a negative number. Right? This will be useful to help us as we go through. Right? So just a quick sketch, kind of a useful thing. Right? So I want to figure out those two values. I need to figure out the slope, and I need to figure out the y-intercept, and then I'm done. I figure out those two things, put this problem to bed. So what I want to figure out is which of these I should start out with. If I'm given 2 points, I always want to start with the slope, because if I have 2 points, we have a formula that can very quickly get us that answer. It of course is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Basically, we're changing y over the change in x. So I'm going to call this my second point, and this my first point. It says second over there and first. And I'm going to plug them in. My second y, 9, minus my first y, 4, over my second y, my second x, negative 9, minus my first x. And when I calculate this, I'm going to get 5 over negative 15. While this is the slope, it's not fully reduced. Both of those are divisible by 5, so if I divide the top by 5 and the bottom by 5, I'm going to get negative 1/3. So, we're halfway there. Negative 1/3 x. I just need to figure out what my y-intercept is, and I'm home free. Now, this next part gets a little bit tricky because we have choice, right? It's nice if we can just follow a list of steps to get to the right answer. A little bit trickier when we have a little bit of choice. I can use either one of these 2 points to figure out the y-intercept. Now, I'm just trying not to make it hard on myself, so I'm going to use the one with no negatives. Probably the easiest for me, right? Because if you mess up a negative sign, it's really going to make our lives difficult. We're hoping to get a positive number, remember, from our sketch. So if you do get a negative number, I would go back and check your signs. So I know at the very end of my problem, my answer is going to look something like this. B is just the thing I don't know yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this top point right here. Like I said before, it doesn't matter which point I use. I'm just going to use it, and I'm going to plug it in. Now remember, x is 6 and y is 4. So I'm going to plug in a 4 for y and a 6 for x. And I'm going to try to figure out what b is. Negative 1/3 times 6 is negative 2. I want to solve for b. I need to get rid of this negative 2. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides, and I'm going to get b is 6. So my final answer, and like we said, it's positive. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus 6. Try it plugging in a negative 9 and a negative 9, 9, and you should get the exact same b value.